What is up, Taurus? Welcome to your general timeless love reading. This is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter placements. Let's begin. I'm going to be looking at the head, heart, soul of each individual, your current situation, and the obstacle. Okay, this could be for friends, family, romance, any of it. It's just a relationship. So, let's begin. Let's begin. If you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. My name's Jordyn, and we'll leave it at that. Okay? Everything else is in the description box. Let's see what we got for you, Taurus. I feel like this individual already, their heart space is like, we have the Chariot and the Nine of Swords out. This feels like there's going to be a lot of communication and expression on this person's, Ace of Wands, their soul. This feels very air-like, very air-like. And it's coming from the heart up the throat. It feels a lot of air. Which would mean that communication, right? So then we have in the head, Page of Wands, in the heart, the Lovers in reverse, and in the soul, Five of Swords. This feels very, don't attach too much to what I'm about to say in regards to like, ooh, like that means I'm this and they're that, okay? This feels very mature. This feels very, I would say, more lighthearted, childish, not necessarily immature, but it's kind of like emotionally unavailable, but it's not that they want to be emotionally unavailable. It's more so they don't know how to, it's not that they don't know how. They're choosing to not challenge themselves to be more vulnerable, okay? Wheel of Fortune, I love that. It's the current energy. Oh my gosh, this is great. Then you have the Moon in reverse as your obstacle. It's just, there's going to be a lot of clarity. That's not even an obstacle. That's just kind of like, hey, some shit's going to have some light shed on it. Woo. Bottom of the deck, Ace of Swords. Yeah, there's that very airy feeling. Like very, I can breathe. I said it. This is such a theme with these readings. I'm not even going to say what I'm going to say because it's going to come out. So it's just a very common theme with the zodiacs. I'll say this. Teacher and student. Okay? Again, don't attach those labels because at one time you'll be the teacher and then they're the student and then they'll be the teacher and you'll be the student. It's ebb and flow, baby. Oh, so eager are we? Let's look at this Ace of Swords and the overall for Taurus. Sun, Moon, Rising, Chariot. Yes. And Judgment in reverse. All these majors. This is great. Judgment in reverse. This is frustrating. This is frustrating. I feel like this individual, like, I want to move forward. Can you not just do what you're supposed to do? Like, it's kind of that whole lesson of you can lead the horse to water, but you can't force it to drink. They're not ready to accept the parts of themselves that need to change. They're like, I hear you. I hear you think and feel that about me. I don't see it. Blindfold, right? I don't see it. I don't want to see it. I'm choosing not to see it. Let's just have fun. Let's keep things light. Because if I have to see parts of myself I don't like, I'm going to want to blame other people when really I'm just angry and disappointed or shameful or feel a lot of guilt in myself. And that in and of itself is stressful. And I don't want to feel stressed. It's really what it's like. And this person's like, well, I'm going forward whether you come or not. And it's not that they want to. It's just kind of like, I can't afford it. Can't afford it. Life is too precious. Let's look at the Chariot for this person over here. And whichever you identify with, take it. Take it as it resonates. You really want to talk today. So do I. Let's look at the Chariot for Taurus, please. There it is. Ten of Swords. You're like, I'm done. I've already been through this. I ain't doing it again, and I ain't doing it for you. It feels very much like that. Like, I'm ready for great things. I'm ready to build. I'm ready for long-term commitments. I'm ready for having that partner, that cheerleader in my life where I can cheer them on, they cheer me on. Like, you're ready for, like, power couple kind of things. And it's like, hard time, behind me, over it. I like this. Let's see then, because they're like a Page of Wands. They're like, yeah, me too. Like, that stuff's done. It's not. It's not. They haven't even touched the surface of it. They haven't. And that doesn't make it worse. It doesn't make it better. It just is. They're just on a different point on their path than you are, because we all achieve different lessons at different times in our lives. Pages, yeah, they're lying to themselves. Page of Swords in reverse in the Fool. I'm ready for a new cycle too. No, I'm not. I haven't even finished this one, and I don't want to be aware of that yet. Yeah, Knight of Pentacles. And the Seven of Cups. Realistically, they actually feel like, nah, I'm content. I'm content. Like, this Nine of Pentacles is not like a traditional Nine of Pentacles and Rider-Waite. This Nine of Pentacles is very like melancholy. Like, hey, Grim Reaper Squirrel, life's great. You might kill things with that black cloak on your head, but life's great, right? And it's just like, they're just kind of, they're detached from self. They might be stable and secure in the material world, right? Within like having a fit body. My heart literally just went like this, like in my throat and my heart. They're very material. Not in the sense of like obsession with money and finances, even though they might be, that might give them a sense of fulfillment. There's something with their heart space though. They're very, emotions. I can think about them, but actually feeling them is very different. They're very smart. They are very smart. They feel like they're really good at sales, to be honest with you. Like they're very witty. They feel very witty. But they're disconnected. There's that disconnect. And I feel like that's what this this is what this connection is about. They're sharing their strengths and their weaknesses with one another because they mirror one another, which is nice. That's actually really, really good. That's the purpose of relationships. Yeah, Four of Cups. They're like, oh, this relationship has become imbalanced and difficult, and I don't want to take accountability for the part that is mine, so I'm just going to let it go. I'm going to let it go. That's ego. That's very ego. Not in the negative connotation of ego. That's just them running from the parts that they don't want to see or accept of it, because it's a very divine connection, but their heart is just kind of like, I'm not happy. I'm going to blame them for my lack of happiness, when really it's within them. Right? And let's get another on this Lovers. What's the reality of this connection? Yeah, Ace of Swords in reverse and the Six of Cups. Yeah, they're lying to themselves. It's another lie. It's not true. The story that they're telling themselves in their head is rooted in their past experiences with other people. The Six of Cups represents past. It represents childhood. So this might be that they are projecting how they saw their parents' relationship play out. And they're like, well, I saw my mom behave that way, and so I behave that way, but I don't want to accept that. But also I know that my parents ended up divorced, so this relationship's not going to work because I've already seen this story. That's what I mean by they're not taking accountability for their role in it. They're not seeing that this relationship might be coming in to show them habits that they've taken on and need to work through that aren't really true to them. They just learned it by example, and now they're acting on them, okay? In the Soul, it's the Five of Swords. Fives are indicative of change. So this person's just kind of working through a lot of distortion. It's not what they hear in their head or what they think about things in relationships. It's not actually what's playing out. It's rooted in a part of them that's very fearful of expanding and exploring different ways of being. That's outside their comfort zone, even if their comfort zone's a bit toxic right now, right? Not saying the relationship is, but how they see it or perceive love and relationships as normal. Or they're normal, right? Yeah, so what's their challenge? The Five of Swords is the card of challenge. It's arguments, it's betrayal. They're betraying the part of them that's actually really gentle, really artistic. This person feels really artistic. Typically, Queen of Wands is like my artsy queen. This is very artistic to me, though. It feels very like I enjoy painting and photography. I almost said photography for some reason. Painting and photography. They like to look at things that it feels very Libra, which is air, very like aesthetically pleasing. And with the Five of Swords and the Queen of, they're very like, this is their true self though, and they keep it locked away. Like I've worked so hard on this part of me that I don't want to give it to other people, because what if they harm this part of me, right? But see, that's the ego wanting to protect it, and so they don't let it shine. They don't let it out. What needs to happen is, you know what, part of me that I've nurtured and I love so much and is so precious to me, I'm going to protect you, because me now has the tools to do that. And me now is learning, right? And I'm in control of my thoughts and I trust myself. There's a big lack of trust in self on this person in regards to, I trust myself to choose healthy relationships, or I trust myself to leave situations that are not of my highest good. I trust my intuition. That's the third eye. The third eye is I trust my own self, and the crown is I trust the divine, okay? Okay. Bottom of the deck, Ten of Wands, followed by the Three of Swords, followed by the Hangman in reverse. Yeah, Hangman in reverse is new perspective. Ten of Wands is the burdens, and the Three of Swords is that hurt and pain. So they're working through it. This is deep stuff. Let's go back to this person. Sorry, they kind of took the show there for a minute. Let's look at the Nine of Swords in reverse. So this individual is kind of like, I've ended a cycle. I want to move forward. In their heart, it kind of feels a little cold over here. Like, I haven't got time for that. And this is weird. They naturally are really nurturing. This person's very, they are actually the practical one. They pretend to be practical because they're scared of the vulnerability. This individual is actually very practical and very smart, very intelligent, and kind of like, I see it, I could be nurturing. That's a challenge for me, but I know how to do it. It's just that my true nature is to be very creative and to be very like, go, go, go. I don't have time to sit and pause and coddle your feelings. It's kind of how this feels. It's not my responsibility. There needs to be a little more softening up in this. Not needs to, it's your choice, right? Who am I to say what you need? But let's look at the Nine of Swords here in the heart space. Yeah, Eight of Swords. They're like, your stress, your anxiety makes me want to retract and stay into myself. And it's like, I'm overwhelmed by it. I don't want to be by it. That's more of what they need, 11:11 on the timer too. More so of what this individual needs to address within them. Why is that triggering to you? Is it triggering to you because you know what that feels like and it's not a fun feeling and you actually are really connected to this person and are taking on what they feel and it makes you want to push them away because you don't know how to differentiate what's yours and what's theirs? Sorry. Let's go to your soul. Yep, Temperance and the Page of Cups. Ace of Wands. Your soul is like, let me challenge you to be more honest with yourself about what you're feeling and create balance and moderation in your life so you can have the new cycle you're moving toward, right? Because you just ended a really painful cycle. But here's the thing. When big things end in our lives, let's say that you just ended a job or you just moved out of state or you just got married and everything's finally going great, but you're used to this Ten of Swords energy being around you, right? The mind, the ego wants to be like, oh my gosh, the Ten of Swords has been here for like 5-10 years now, and now you're finally stress-free and happy. And so anything that reminds you of this Ten of Swords, you're gonna be like, oh no, I got rid of you. I don't want you back. Yeah, you did. That's great. You need to process the emotional side of it and understand that regardless of what's going on in your world, other people are going to be going through similar cycles too. It's not your responsibility, right? We get that. But you're going to learn how to hold space for others and understand that, wait, it's not mine to carry, but I know when I was in that space, it would have been nice to have somebody who was there to be not like the emotional support, but kind of like my cheerleader. You're doing great. Things might seem a little hard right now, but it's going to pass and you're doing great, right? Oh, I could do this for you and that for you to make it easier. No, I'm not asking you to do that. Just be vulnerable, be authentic, right? Find the balance of what you need and what they need. Boundaries. Right now, I need time for me. I'm sorry, I can't listen right now. Can I call you back later tonight when I'm done with this? Right? No one's asking you to self-sacrifice. They're just asking you to open your heart. Yeah. Four Pentacles in the world. Nobody's letting go of this relationship. You both are very much so in this relationship. The Divine's creating massive change, though, because you both are learning to communicate and perceive things in new ways. And we have the Moon in reverse. So this is what you both are going to be seeing about this relationship. This relationship's very important to both people. Yeah, Devil. Sorry, I shouldn't have laughed like that. I was like, whoa, so excited. I like the Devil. I like the Devil because I love it with the Moon in reverse because you're like, oh my gosh, I see the codependency. I see the addiction, the attachment. Like, I see all the crap I've brought into this, right? Owning it. Owning it. With the Two of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles, you're like, damn, this is what's kept us stuck from moving forward. It's not that this person or this relationship is keeping me stuck. It's what I've attached to it because the Devil rules attachment. Have I attached that my life went downhill when I was in this relationship? Is it really this person, or did you have codependent tendencies of people pleasing, right? Was it really the relationship, or was it your habitual thought process of, oh, this isn't going to end well. No relationship ends well. So I'm going to sabotage it and not be vulnerable and leave this person in the dark, right? It's seeing that and owning it. Bottom of the deck is the Ten of Cups in reverse. Both people are realizing their attachment to emotional disappointment and how they perpetuate that. Okay? So, you're going to be going through some lessons together. I actually really, really like this. This relationship is going to go forward as long as both people address what their soul is wanting them to. Judgment in reverse. It's the soul's call. Hello? Yeah. Please fix your shit. Oh, I can do that. Yeah, cool. Bye. Answer the call. Appreciate it. Okay. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want a personal reading or a Reiki session, check out Patreon. I got free 10-minute readings on there for all new patrons. That's linked down below in the description box, right down there. And so is my website. So if you want to be a certified Reiki practitioner, or if you want a Reiki quantum healing session yourself, go ahead, check it out. Personal readings are on there too, obviously. And we'll see you next time.